How many of you guys out there have ever experienced a miracle? I totally have, more than once in my life, actually. How many of you guys could use a miracle right now? Maybe there's something going on in your life that is not resolving itself as quickly as you would like, and you need a little miracle action. If that's you, go ahead and raise your hand, open up to receive it, because we are going to be in the energy frequency of miracles today. Just even saying that word brings a huge smile to my face. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad that you are joining us here at the Akashic Academy Network. My name is Emily Harrison. I am the founder and director here in this amazing space. And it's been such a privilege and honor to watch the growth that's happening here and to be a part of all of these amazing shows that are coming to you guys every week. When I show up here for Lightworkers Connect, you know what I'm doing. I'm here to introduce you to yet another Lightworker. Yes, that's right. We are all over the planet. My friend Sam Shelley today is another one of those amazing Lightworkers. And it's been so fun to connect with Sam. I'm really excited to introduce him here. You've been on a couple of other shows associated with our friends here at the Academy, right? Didn't you go on with Coach Nick?
I don't know if I don't think I've been live with Coach Nick. I've spoke to him, but I don't think we did anything live yet.
Gotcha. Well, I am definitely glad to have connected with you, my friend. I just, like I said, love talking about miracles, creating that space for what miracles mean, to accept that into our life. So many of us, I find, are blocking the opportunity to even receive one because our energy is at a place where it's not receptive. So it is with pleasure that I am going to introduce you guys to someone today who's going to share with us more about miracles, give us more of a practical understanding and his own personal experience with miracles. So with no further ado, Sam Shelley, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for having me, Emily. Yeah, so I'll just share a little bit of my story. Then there's something that you just said I really want to address, and don't want to forget how we're blocking the energy of miracles. There's a little thing we can do to soften that block.
Yeah.
So we'll do that a little bit later.
You guys hear that? You're going to get your miracle block softened today. So go ahead and share this out. I'm sure we all know so many people in our lives who could use a little opening and creating that space for miracles. So light this up, share this out. And Sam, tell us, how did you come to be the Miracle Man, first of all? Now, if they've read any intro about you inside of this broadcast, everyone's going to see that you've had some pretty substantial miracles in your life.
Yeah, so my whole journey began when I was 6 years old when a van ran over me, head trauma, broken elbow, broken hip. So that head trauma led into the bipolar. So I was an undiagnosed bipolar in my teenage years. In my 20s, I had to be institutionalized so I didn't kill myself. I was a suicidal bipolar in my 20s. And then also some other fun things, psoriasis, that itchy skin disease on about a third of my body. I'm all clear now. I have no rashes, no nothing. It's all fine. Psoriatic arthritis, chronic migraines. Then at the age of 37, I lost the ability to walk from multiple sclerosis. So I don't have any of that now. I don't have any of that right now. It's just it's all gone. So it's been on this, I guess I healed about 6 years now. So 6 years, no medicine, no cane, no nothing. My doctors can't explain me. But what I really did was I had all this mental noise up here, all this garbage. So I call it head trash. So we have all this head trash that we're constantly recycling in our life. We're constantly dwelling on the past or guessing what tomorrow's going to bring. And when we get to this really voice churning, it's actually, when I'm saying head trash, is not to be trivial. It's to get attention that this is a destructive energy that we need to get rid of. This is the energy that's blocking the miracles from coming in, you could say. And the way we get to the place of miracles is to soften this, to ditch the head trash. Then we surrender to our soul. That is the birthplace of miracles, when we surrender to our soul. So for me, what happened for me is I had a simple practice. Then 3 months after my simple practice, I simply heard a voice say, perfect spirit. I'm like, that's it. We're all perfect spirits. We're just lost in this mind, the story of the mind. If we can let go of the story and just surrender to our perfect spirit, because this knows the way forward. If we surrender to here, it knows the way. So I help people to quiet this so they can hear this, get their own recipe for their own miracle, if you will, to do these steps, and this will happen. Because this knows our way. So that's really what I show people is, get rid of this craziness and just believe and trust in yourself. So that's where I help people now. It's just clearing that, because this gets very sticky. As much as we try to get rid of it, it doesn't really go away. It's very sticky, this head trash. It doesn't want to give up. So I have this energetic process that came through for me during a meditation. And now I just have this whole team of beings that now come forward that help energetically clear this stuff out.
I love it. And that's been my experience as well. It's like the more you get in and start trusting your intuition and receiving messages and experiences, the more your path just kind of opens up and you just have a knowingness to support you as you're moving forward. For me, I found this came about after becoming very dedicated to meditating. And is that what I'm hearing you say as well? Like once you dedicated yourself to a process of a daily meditation routine, this started coming in and you started being able to develop your own protocols, your own conversation back and forth with your guides. Is that what happened to you?
Yeah, that's basically it. But what I tell people is, if you told my bipolar OCD brain that there was a formal meditation practice, I've been so focused on the rules of meditation,
right,
I would have never gotten out of the mind. So I had more of a relaxation practice, like just sitting there. If the mind gets busy, come back to the feet, come back to this present moment. So what meditation is a focus point, but I really call it a relaxation process, because if I just knew how to relax, you told my OCD brain there's rules, that brain's going to really lock into the rules and you'll never get out of the brain. So you just have to relax and try to get the brain to surrender, if you will, so you can hear your own intuitive voice.
You know what I love so much, Sam? I love that you're like owning your own OCD part of your brain and saying, I've learned how to work with this and how to tame this, because so many times we receive knowledge, tips, advice from people who aren't actually experiencing whatever it is that they're teaching or telling us about. And I really love that you are just saying, yes, this is how my brain works. I experienced that. And this is how I've come to work with it and to quiet it down. I think that's brilliant. And I'm so excited to learn from you today, to go through this process, this relaxation process. How many of you guys out there are excited to go through this? Let's give Sam some hearts and some loves and some likes going across the screen here. This is, I also find this is a profound shift in society and the evolution of all humanity as well. When we come forward to teach and share based on what our own experience is. And I honor you for doing that. I think that this is really profound and powerful, and I'm excited for what you're going to bring through. All right, so what do we have to do to get ready for this relaxation? We got to relax in our chairs.
Yeah, get rid of the rules. That's the first step. Get rid of rules of how you're supposed to relax. If there's no rules, you sit however you're comfortable. I usually recommend eyes closed to remove the external stimulations, and that's really it. And you don't want to fall asleep, because it's really coming back into this moment. If you fall asleep, it's actually the mind's defense mechanism. It doesn't want to give up control. So we're just sitting here relaxing. There's nothing to do. So when the mind gets busy, just come back to my voice. Now just see that grace is always descending down, but the mind gets so busy, it's blocking grace. So the more we can soften, come back into this moment, we allow grace to pierce through the body, the brain, down the spinal column, to really tap into our own intuitive voice, to allow that to rise up, to see that this intuitive voice comes first and the mental voice comes second. So we want to start learning to trust this first voice and disregard the second voice, that it's not serving us. We always have those insights, then the mind second guesses those insights. So as we're just sitting here relaxing, it almost seems like grace is descending down, the swirling white light that's swirling down, and at your feet, it looks like this silver energy just leaving with this black junk in it that's no longer serving you. These are all the opinions, the beliefs, the judgments, all that criticism about yourself is this garbage that has to go, that you are enough, that you are worthy. And once you see your infinite potential, that perfect spirit, all things are possible, and that mind is simply locking you in a box. So we want to unlock the box, allow grace to come through, give us our own recipe for mending the body, for abundance, for relationships, careers, jobs, whatever it is. We can manifest whatever we want the more we can relax. The more we relax, the more we know. The mind doesn't understand that. The more we relax, the more we know. Because the knowing is coming from that deeper place of source, of universe, of all that is. Whatever resonates with you is absolutely perfect. We don't allow the mind to create definitions. We no longer allow the mind to define us. We live and act from spirit by relaxing. The art of surrender, if you will. Of letting go of control, if you will, and just really surrender and act from this place. So this grace keeps coming forward. The more we can relax, the more we can soften. So just feeling the aliveness of the body. It's just powered by this perfect spirit. And our frequency is perfect when we are relaxed, because perfect spirit is the highest frequency, for it is source, it is universe. And that mind is constantly trying to dampen our frequency, our vibration. So we restore our vibration the more we relax. So that's all we're doing today, is just relaxing. Just sitting here and just being in this space of peace, of quietness. So whenever the moment feels right, we just want to open our eyes and come back into the human experience with a knowing on the steps that we need to take for us. And the steps are unique to us.
I was deep down, far and away. So I'm just coming back slow. I've been, Wednesday is a big like on-air meditation day for me because I do a lot of different processes. And I'm winding down to the end of my day, and to be led on a process because I've been so deep in that space all day. I went really deep there. So I'm just going to come back kind of slow. Thank you so much, my friend. That was awesome. How was that for you guys out there? Ask me that again.
Yes. Yeah. So the thing is, when I work with people, I'm actually tapping into their own perfect spirit so they can hear their own intuition. If the mind gets too busy and they just simply can't hear it because the mind doesn't want to give up control, then I tap into their perfect spirit and see what the instructions are for them to guide them through the various obstacles the mind's throwing into it, the various logs, the rocks, into this river of life. That's what I see it, the river of life. And the mind's constantly throwing logs into it, jamming up the works. So I like to go out there and just pull at those logs so you can hear that grace, that power.
And is that really all we need to do, is tune in to the grace, the power, like get the logs out of the way and just be in that space and just like, oh, is that the whole trick?
Yeah, it's that simple. It's really that simple. And that's what I did. I started with 5 minutes a day. And 3 months later, I was 15 minutes twice a day. Then I just heard that voice say perfect spirit. I got myself into a place of surrender. So I could do that. And that's why I help people get to that place of surrender. Because the mind will come up with all these items that I can't do this now because of this. The end of the to-do list that takes time from us. Like the biggest investment is the one in ourselves, that we need to make ourselves strong, to have that infinite possibilities and potentials. And that mind's constantly locking us in this box. That's not serving us.
Man, it's being in your energy field, my friend, and trying to comprehend that you went through all of that craziness that you went through, like from getting run over by the van and the MS, like all of that. It barely computes because there is no trace of any of that on your energy field, I have to say. And I recognize that by when I try to wrap my head around that actually happened to you, it's like no comprende. Like I just, you have moved so much energy through your energy field, and you stand in so much grace that it's permeable as I'm here on the air with you. That is amazing. Hey, I have a question about how your family reacted when you stepped into miracle after miracle after miracle over the course of your life. Did they get used to it after a while? They're like, oh, that's just Sam, that's what he does. Or were they blown away? Did they try to explain it away? And it, like, I don't know. How did your family react to that?
Yeah, typically my friends and family would say, how'd you do your transformation? And that's when I wrote my book, I Don't Dwell. And now I give my book away for free because my publisher went out of business. So I just give out that book for free. So now I just do Sam the Miracle Man. I just do these channeled sessions. I really just get into this space, and I have my whole team that comes forward, and I've created miracles on calls in 15 minutes. It's just people saying, because what I'm seeing, their mind was so busy that their mind was just so busy. I had to calm this down so I can see what was going on. Then it was like, boom, there it is. Let's get rid of this. Is that simple? And that's what I'm going through a lot right now is my mom recently passed. So, when somebody dies, there are all those expenses and things like that. So what was coming to me, what feels right is now I'm just doing a special for my 3-month package, where we do a weekly channeled call for $9.97 just for 3 months. Let's do 12, 13 sessions every week and do a different channel. So what I like about that is because I record it, so you get a library of meditations. I'm dealing with this today. I'm dealing with this today. I'm dealing with this. So you get your library of where to clear that, because the mind's constantly accumulating trash.
Right.
The mind's a hoarder.
Dirty mind. Dirty mind. Hoarding all those low vibrational thoughts in there.
Yeah, all those shadows. I love to hoard the shadows.
Yeah. It's such a privilege and an honor to be able to uncover all of these amazing and very specific ways that all light workers and energy healers have of helping us shift and heal. And you have a very profound energy just based on your experience. That's one way that when we're looking for the right mentors or the right people to work with, the experience of a potential mentor or a potential energy healer that they've gone through is a good indicator for you to see if it's going to be a really good fit. If you've gone through some of the same things, man, can it be helpful to work with somebody who has already energetically moved through whatever it is that you're working through. And your way of that I love that niche, that idea of creating space for miracles for people, being the miracle man. That is so special, and it's so needed on the planet today. And it's been an honor to have you as my guest, Sam. Thank you for letting people know that there's somebody out here who does that kind of work. Where can they connect with you if they want to reach out and hang out with you after the show?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty much all over. They can send me a friend request if they're watching this. I still have some room, so I'll accept friends, and I do interact with people there. I have my site, Sam the Miracle Man. Also, my Don't Dwell. I also have Head Trash Anonymous, which is recovery and healing from negative thought addiction.
Perfect.
We're constantly building.
I am just really honored to share you with everyone out here today. Elizabeth let me try that again. De Dominix. There we go. Elizabeth De Dominix. That's a great name. I could use a financial miracle. So before we wrap up today, do you have any advice? Because I'm sure a lot of people out there could use opening and creating space for more abundance and more prosperity in their life. Not just finances, but in our wealth, in our ideas, our creativity. I know I would love a little opening in that area. Do you have any good advice for people who want to create more financial abundance in their life?
Yeah, the thing with the financial abundance is the mind is in lack. It likes to compare itself to another person. Like, this person received all this money. We'll celebrate that. Be in that energy of celebration, of seeing that if I celebrate their success, I will be open to that success myself. And just be aware when you get into the place that I don't have enough funds, then you get into the mindset of lack, which is creating a huge block to this grace that we're talking about before. Right. So you want to really be mindful of lack. And it's really about what Abraham says, feel good right now. Mm-hmm. You want to feel good right now. So the test that I ask myself constantly, why am I not happy? If I'm not smiling in a place of joy, it tells me there's a story. Why am I not happy? What's stealing my happiness? And if it's in the subconscious, then it takes a little more work. But if it's a conscious thought, then you can switch it easy. If it's a subconscious, then we just need to go back into the relaxation process, or maybe positive affirmations, EFTs, these other tools out there that reprogram the subconscious.
Nancy says, head trash anon. Right on. Head trash anonymous around here. Nancy's really enjoyed you, Sam. Loved your sense of humor, and she's grateful that you're here, as am I, and all of you beautiful audience members out here who hang out with us and watch. Thank you so much for joining us. There's more coming up here at the Akashic Academy. Jack Coleman's coming on at the top of the hour. Sam, thank you so much, my friend. You are amazing just to be hanging out with us here today, considering all that you've survived. And so just for you being here today, like, your door prize is getting to hang out with Sam and getting to be in that energetic presence of miracles. So expect some miracles in your life, everybody. Take care. We'll see you here again soon. Bye.
All right. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.